Step into any modern corporate headquarters or industrial plant. The feeling is immediate. You are very small, and the system operates on a massive scale. An individual employee approaching a large corporation to demand better pay, safer working conditions, or a change in company policy faces a simple mathematical problem. One person's voice rarely carries enough weight to force management to act. So, how does someone without inherent power actually make an employer or even a national government pay attention? The answer lies in numbers. When workers combine their individual requests into a single, unified demand, they create undeniable leverage. An employer can easily ignore one person, but they cannot ignore their entire workforce. Securing a seat at the table provides the structural leverage required to survive in the modern economy. To organize that leverage, workers form trade unions. By paying an annual subscription, employees elect representatives to negotiate pay deals and working conditions on their behalf. This operates on a system called collective bargaining, the deliberate strategy of speaking with one massive voice to achieve better results. Some of Britain's largest unions span multiple industries. Groups like Unite gather workers from dozens of different sectors, pooling vast resources to provide legal and financial representation when members face disciplinary or grievance hearings. Other unions focus tightly on specific sectors. Unison, for example, coordinates hundreds of thousands of public sector workers, giving vital staff like ambulance crews the backing they need to hold firm during contract negotiations. And then there are highly localized, profession-specific unions. Scottish teachers rely on the Educational Institute of Scotland, or EIS, to protect their specific classroom conditions and wage structures. Doctors belong to professional associations like the British Medical Association. These function much like unions by bargaining for pay and improved terms, but they add another layer of influence. They set and maintain the strict qualifications required to enter the medical profession. To amplify their influence even further, all of these separate unions join forces under the Trades Union Congress, or TUC. This creates a national coalition that conducts extensive employment research and directly lobbies the government to campaign for worker rights. These external organizations operate as a structural shield. Individually, a worker has little power, but union membership provides the robust financial and legal architecture needed to prevent exploitation. Organizations of this size naturally require a counterweight. Businesses in a specific industry will form employers' associations, acting as a single voice to negotiate with labor unions, manage public relations, and pool money for market research. The ultimate version of this is the Confederation of British Industry, or CBI. It speaks for employers across the UK, providing information to its members and lobbying the government on political and economic issues. But constant external friction between unions and employer associations is exhausting and expensive. Because of this, successful businesses lean heavily into internal cooperation, establishing formalized methods of employee participation. This diagram illustrates how these internal structures are built. The foundation is often a works council, a formal setup where employees and managers sit down together to discuss factors impacting the business and jointly draft company policies. From there, organizations might expand into consultative committees. These groups function similarly to works councils, but pull in external stakeholders, like local community members or key customers, to broaden the conversation. The most direct form of internal influence is the worker director. This is an elected employee who is granted an actual seat on the company's board of directors, ensuring the workforce has direct representation at the highest level of corporate decision-making. Integrating employees into decision-making aligns the workforce with organizational goals. Their motivation increases, they engage more deeply with the business, and demonstrating their ability in these committees frequently improves their chances of promotion. Involving workers early drastically reduces industrial disputes. Furthermore, herd employees don't quit. This low turnover eliminates constant recruitment costs, retaining capital. Informed workforces offer less resistance to change, translating high morale into climbing productivity, better quality, and increased market share. Regular consultation allows management and the workforce to address problems before they escalate. This coordination keeps the organization moving steadily through periods of significant change. Whether leverage is applied externally by a union picket line or structurally integrated through a Works Council boardroom, giving the workforce a true seat at the table is the ultimate architectural blueprint for a profitable, sustainable business.